You have the Alcatel, this is the TCL LX A502DL, and here are all the ways to help your battery last way longer. Let's get started. The absolutely best thing you can do to help your TCL LX make the battery last a long time is that when you are done charging it, to unplug it. Always make that your number one habit. Let me show you what happens to phones that are left plugged in. So this phone was left plugged in. I mean, here's the worst one. This phone was left plugged in too. So what happens is that the electricity keeps trickling in. It stops charging at 100% and then it shuts off, but then it loses a little bit of power to 99 and then it charges again. And over the course of doing that over and over and over, the battery decomposes. It all of a sudden stops being able to hold a charge very long, and then very soon it's not even going to power on. So always 100% unplug that charger when you're done. All right, let's move on. All right, the next thing you can do is jump into your settings and hit battery. And a lot of people don't know that you can jump. There's software already in the battery that helps your phone last longer. So we've got a couple things. So I looked up standby intelligent power savings. I'm going to leave that on. There weren't any details, but it'll give you an idea if you touch this one, battery saver. Now it tells you right there to help improve your battery life, it's going to reduce some functions of the phone. Battery saver turns off automatically when your device is charging. So right there it tells you it's going to help your battery. And this is more for, there's two parts. Daily, like from between charge and charge, it helps your battery last longer. But if your battery is lasting longer daily, it will extend the life of your battery over years as well. So jump into your battery saver, see if that works for you. All right, another thing that's going to help your battery last a long time between charges, let's get out of battery, let's go to display. Now this is an older technology screen called an LCD. So there's not a lot of things that we can do except for the brightness level. A lot of people are 100% all of the time, but what if you found out that you can turn your brightness down to, that's 65%, and that your screen is the number one consumer. It uses your battery the most. So if you can tolerate it being a little bit dimmer, let's 54, 52, that's not too bad. See if that works for you. See if your battery lasts way longer if you turn the brightness down. All right, the next user of your battery are the extra radios. So people are like, there's a radio on my phone? Yeah. Most people know that there's Bluetooth. So if look at this, it's not connected, but it's always on and searching. So if you don't use Bluetooth, just jump in here and turn it off. The other one that's so weird is, check that out, printing. There is always a radio looking to print. That's the silliest thing I've ever heard of. Some people do print from their phone, but if you don't, let's jump in here. See, it's searching for a printer. Let's turn that off. You save a little bit of battery. All right, another radio that you can turn off is your location. Let's see where it is on this one. Security and location. So if you don't use maps, if you're always at home, or if you're like, oh, only use your phone at work, jump in to your location and let's see, find my phone, security, location. Here we go. We can just jump in here and turn that off. Obviously, your weather, there's a few other things if you need. If you work outside and you always need the weather, leave this one on. But if you don't use it, save some battery, turn this one off. Another one that you should do on a regular basis, maybe there are no more updates, but check for updates. Scroll into settings all the way down to system and then software updates and see if you've got updates. Sometimes the updates help the phone run a little bit better. Sometimes they help the battery last a little bit longer. But your phone is going to be protected if you get your updates. So do that just for regular maintenance. Another thing you can do, which won't save a ton of battery, but indirectly will help you save battery, is to clear out some trash. So in settings, hit storage, and then again, there's already software built in where we can choose to get rid of. I got nothing to remove. You might have like old photos, old videos, that kind of thing. If your phone is not so bogged down, It might work a little bit faster for you. It might save a little bit of battery, but do that just for regular maintenance. All right, this next strategy won't necessarily help you save a ton of battery, but it'll help your phone feel like it's way faster. So every single app that you touch, anytime you do anything on your phone, there's an animation. So let me show you on the dialer. So if you open up the dialer, do you see how it animated open? Now if I close the dialer, it animates closed. We can turn that off. It's kind of scary to do this, but check this out. It's kind of cool too. All right. In some of the modern Android phones, there is a setting where you can just touch a few buttons and it turns off animations. But in older phones, we have to go into, let's go into settings. I'll show you how. We're going to go all the way down to system. We're going to go all the way down to about, and then we're going to look at build number. Now, you can touch this, I think it's 7 times in a row. I've already touched it a couple times. There are 4 steps. 3, 2, 1. You keep touching it until it says you're a developer. Now we're going to exit out. I got to go, oh, it's right here. We're reading it right here. Touch developer options. Now inside developer options, we want them to be turned on. Allow developer options. Read that warning there, and let's move on. So inside developer options, we're going to scroll all the way down. Keep scrolling. Don't accidentally touch anything. And we're going to look for display, drawing. Let's see if drawing on this one. Here we go. Windows animation scale, transition animation scale, and animator duration scale. We're going to turn all of these off. Off. Touch this one off. Touch this one off. Now watch what happens when we exit. Now those animations are gone. When we touch something, it's just going to blink. Blinks off. Now let's open that dialer again. Blinks on, blinks off. If you do this, your phone will feel almost brand new. If it does, leave in the comments, yeah, thanks, Jason. My phone feels super fast. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, one more thing you can do that, again, it's not going to save you a ton of battery, but it'll help your phone, especially if your phone's it's older, starting to get slow, starting to get a little glitchy. What we can do is we can clear the cache partition. Now what this does is it clears out all temporary files. If you've never done this before, you may have a lot of temporary files. So this is standard protocol for a phone that's, starting to get a little glitchy or slow, but it's kind of complex to get there. Let me show you how to do it. First, make sure the phone's powered off. Next, we're going to hold volume up and power. Volume up, power. We're going to hold until we see the TCL, let go of power, keep holding volume up. It can take a few seconds, brings us to the Android recovery menu. Now what's scary about this is that this menu includes the wipe data factory reset, which would completely erase your phone. So don't choose that one. Choose wipe the cache partition. Choose that, press power for OK. Wipe cache, this cannot be undone. Yes, it's fine. Standard protocol. Press power for OK. And then you can see the cache wipe is complete. And now it is safe to reboot the system. Again, this is standard protocol. It won't erase any personal files. It won't erase your high scores of your games. It won't erase anything except temporary files. And when the phone powers back on, it will create the necessary temporary files to run the phone. So try that. Again, it won't save you a ton of battery, but it could help your phone run better. All right, lastly, if it is just time for you to upgrade, you've been, doing the best you can to be frugal, and you've run your TCL LX for years and years and years, but it's time to upgrade. Here are my suggestions. I run Samsung. This camera right here is Samsung S22. I love the reliability. It works well for me. My Samsungs always last years and years and years. I don't have to upgrade every year. So if you're that person, you're ready for an upgrade, here's my YouTube affiliate store with my suggestions. All right, and if this video has helped you, please like, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.